Today is a very special day. It is grading day on the Sports Hit List by the fans and for the fans. Thank you so much for joining us on our Sunday NFL kickoff show. I am Carl Coulange, your host, and today I'm in full professor mode as we are going to give NFL teams some grades. So let me not waste any time and welcoming my contributors. It is grading time here on the Sports Hit List. We have Paul coming in, Andrew, and our resident baseball analyst, Mr. Travis. Let's get the show on the road. And for those who are tuned in right now, I want you guys to do me a favor and just tag a friend in the show. Make sure you tag a friend, tag all your friends, and tell them to watch the Sports Hit List. That's going to be the new movement. Whenever you're watching the Sports Hit List, you pull up to the comments. Just tag a random friend and tell them to continue watching us for sure. Pick 'em P, the professor's in the building, ladies and gentlemen. It is grading time. How you doing, sir?
Hey, let me tell you something. I don't know how the show gonna play out. You know, I'm gonna be me, Pick 'em P Entertainment. You already got an A in my book, bro.
Right.
I mean, you even put a tie on, bro.
Listen,
you know,
I'm in
you should
professor
have told
mode.
me. I would have been on a job interview. I'd put a tie
It's
on.
all good.
Too,
It's all good. You know, but you know, when you're giving out grades, you have to give them out properly. You see what I'm saying? You have to take a look at that red pen. I have the red pen here somewhere. And you have the red pen.
I promise I ain't never had a professor give me a grade in the top,
ready.
bro.
Say again. But when they're grading, when they're grading, they sit in their office in their tie and they got their red pen, and I'm ready to go. Andrew, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to be on the NFL talk show before 1 o'clock games.
Mr. Travis, how was your week, sir?
It's going good, man. Carl, I've come to the realization of why I never wanted to become a teacher, man. Grading is exhausting.
It is.
Time for all this? I got time for all this grading.
No, but
I got time to be looking over papers and people classwork.
Listen, I would like everyone in the comments, tag a random friend. That's my movement. Tag a friend who hasn't watched the show. Tell them to pull up and get the best NFL show on the web right now. So let's start off with the Giants and the Chargers. Before we get to a grade, we have to make a pick. Everyone's going Chargers. Is that a clean sweep across the board?
I like to see the upset, but I think the Chargers got this one.
Okay. Pick 'em P.
Let me think about that. No Keenan Allen. It don't matter. Give me the Chargers, baby.
I believe Mike Williams is playing.
Mike Williams is a joke. All right. If I've ever seen a roller coaster, his name is Mike Williams, number 81 for the LA Chargers.
Most definitely is.
So you're going. So you're going Giants. I mean, you're going Chargers.
Nah, I'm going Chargers, baby.
Okay.
You're talking to last week's first place winner. Don't you forget to give me my A.
Okay. All right. So Travis, who you got?
Man, I got the Chargers in this one. I believe Mike Glennon is starting yet again for the Giants, man. The Chargers, they got to get this win. They've been an up and down team all season, but they got to get this win.
Okay, so Andrew, let me start with you. Giving the Giants a grade. What are you giving the Giants on the season?
D-.
Brief explanation.
Wait. He's a Broncos fan.
I grew up in a Giants house.
Wait, you giving the Giants or the Chargers a D?
No. The Giants. He gave the Giants.
Oh, all right, my bad.
The Giants get a D-. D-. Why?
Came in from the top rope like Lex Luger, bro.
Why a D-? Why D-? D-. Why?
D- because obviously the Giants have shot themselves in the foot many times this season. They show promise with their young talent, but that offensive line is just their Achilles heel. It's been a problem for years, and Daniel Jones is still having problems growing into that offense. Still having problems replacing Eli Manning. So my grade for the Giants so far this season is D-.
All right. Just try to keep that a little short because we have to do the regular shows. We have to pick the regular games and give a grade. So what about the Chargers? Who you got and why? What are you giving them?
Chargers, I give a B+. Justin Herbert's following up from his rookie season. They show signs of weakness where like games they should have won, but they still managed to stay in the AFC West race. So they're B+.
Okay. Paul, your grades for the Giants?
Giants is an F. That's the equivalent of not showing up and taking the exam. They get an F. They haven't showed up all season.
And the Chargers?
The Chargers, I'm going to give a hard B for baloney. Win games. They won the game.
But wait, you can't say that. B stands for good.
They're good. They're a good team. They're a good team. Right?
Okay.
They won games they weren't supposed to win, like the Chiefs game. They got them when they were down. I can't wait for next week's showdown. And they lost some games they shouldn't have lost. That they completely didn't show up again.
All right.
So yeah.
So let me give a quick recap as to our grading system. A means excellent. B is good. C is average. D is about to fail. F means you fail. Incomplete means you never showed up. So Travis, what are you giving the Giants?
Man, I'm giving the Giants a D, man, because I question, do they have the supplies needed to take the course here? I mean, we don't know. They do?
But
we think they do?
But
Wait.
that means you're blaming the parents, though. You blame the parents if you don't have the supplies to take the course, no?
I'm Dave Gettleman. Yeah, I'm questioning your
My
ability
mother
to
didn't
shop
take the
there.
SAT call. I did. All right.
That's true.
I'm just saying,
SAT.
do they have the supplies needed to go out there and be successful?
Absolutely.
We're questioning Daniel
Okay, guys.
Jones.
All right. I knew this was going to cause problems. Okay.
What?
So what are you giving the Chargers? Because we got to move on. We only have an hour.
The
so I gotta get
Chargers,
through
I'm
everybody.
giving them a C, man. A solid team. But did we give them too much expectation? Was the expectation too high for them? Because I don't know.
Answer that shit for yourself, bro.
I mean,
That's
Why are you gonna give
interesting.
them a C? A C?
Because they got some questions. They got some questionable losses here. in my
Elijah,
opinion.
I definitely appreciate you tagging all your friends, man. Appreciate you doing that. Thank you so much. Please continue doing that and also comment on the content as well as we go through the grades and our NFL Weekly
Disrespect.
Sunday. Some professors on the panel seem
Who
to be
gave the
upset with
Chargers a
grades.
B?
Disrespect.
All right, let's go. Let's go to the Saints and the Jets. All across the board, the Saints seem to be the favorite to win. Is that a clean sweep among the panel?
Yeah, I'm going Saints, baby. Shout out to Taysom Hill. You know it's bad if I gotta play Taysom Hill in fantasy football. All right.
Wow.
So
That's where you are?
yeah.
Crazy,
So
bro.
the Jets are coming in 3-9. The Saints are coming in 5-7. Everyone's going with the Saints with this pick. Travis, let me start with you. What are you giving the Jets on the season?
The Jets, they get an F, man. I need them to find their identity. The Jets gotta find that. Hold on. They
Hang
gotta
on.
find their
You
identity.
gave the Giants a better grade than the Jets?
Yes. For the simple fact, I don't know how the Jets learn. Okay.
Oh my
They
God.
visual? Are they audio? What is their identity here?
Oh
we don't know what
God.
that is yet.
Their identity
They still
is a trash can.
Thank you. They gotta
Oh,
figure
man.
that
Okay.
out.
All right. They got an F. Okay, the Saints,
Oh,
Travis.
man.
Saints. I gave them a D. They got a shaky QB plan, man. They came in with a shaky QB plan, and we're starting to see that throughout the season.
Okay, so Paul,
Oh,
Jets.
man. I'm giving the Jets a C, bro. Let me
A
tell you
C?
why.
Wow.
Let me tell you why.
Ooh,
Let me tell you
I
why.
want to take Paul's
Let me-
course. I want
let
to
me
take
tell
his
you why.
class.
How do
Let
you
me
give
tell you
graduate?
Wait a minute,
fast.
time
The
out. A
Jets-
team
hang
that's
on,
3
hang
and
on.
a team that's
Hang
3 and
on.
9 gets a C.
Hang on.
What kind of learning curve is that?
Hang on. You know,
Mhm.
what do you do,
Mhm.
Carl, when the highest grade on your test is a 73? You grade on a curve, all right?
I don't grade on curves. I don't do
Hey,
that.
hey,
The Jets
hey,
are
Carl.
shit
Grade on
on
curves. I've never graded on a
Hey,
curve. I've
hey,
never graded on a
That's
curve.
why I ain't signed up for your class at Suffolk. That's exactly why I was like,
I don't grade on. I don't grade on curves.
Hey,
I've
do
never
the
graded
kid-
on a
do the
curve.
kids
Never.
still use ratemyprofessor.com?
They
Because I
do.
used to use that.
Listen, I have a 4.9.
Right.
I have a 4.9 right now, so you could go check it out.
Hey,
4.9
if you're not
for
graded
Professor
on the
Coulage,
curve,
okay?
you're not gonna
So-
get my tuition dollars.
4.9, baby. They already know. 4.9.
Check this out.
4.9. Go ahead.
Expectations are everything. We expected the Jets to be the worst team in football. The Jets have been very competitive.
Did we?
We
Did
did. We did expect
You
the Jets to
did.
be the worst
You
team in
did.
football. You
I
expected
didn't.
the
You
Jets not
did.
to be the worst team in football?
I expected the Lions to be worse than them.
You lying, bro.
Oh,
Stop
how am I lying?
You lying
How am
like
I
a
lying?
lion. Anyway,
How am I lying?
when they got
How am
Jared
I
Goff,
lying?
you wasn't more excited for the Lions? Please.
No.
Stop playing around.
There's a
Anyway,
reason why Jared Goff's in Detroit. There's a reason.
Guys, we have a lot of more grades
Travis.
to get to. Go ahead.
There's a
Anyway,
reason.
Professor. So for that reason, they had 4 quarterbacks this year. They got a guy that got off the street in Joe Flacco. The Jets have been better than we expected, and they had a very big win this year. How could we not be excited for the Jets? And they got 2 top 5 picks. They're obviously a franchise doing something right. This man gave the Giants a D. Do you see how much money they
because
spent
first
on
of
Kenny Galladay?
Because
The
first of all, the
first-round draft
picks have
picks on
nothing to
that
do with
lineman?
this season.
The money
Yeah.
they're
Picks have
about to
nothing
give
to do with this
Saquon
season.
Barkley?
The
Do you
picks
see
is
what they're
next
about to
season.
do?
The picks
Yeah,
have nothing to do
okay,
with this
all right,
They
season.
okay,
secured
okay.
the bag for next
Okay,
season. Are you
okay,
crazy?
okay. Paul.
Whatever.
Okay, Paul, how about the Saints?
The Saints get a D, bro.
Saints get a D. All right.
Saints is a D, bro. I mean, you got players don't even want to play on the Saints. You got guys sitting out seasons that got max contracts on the Saints. They played around with my man. Come on, bro.
Andrew, who you got? What do you have for the Jets?
I'm gonna give the Jets an incomplete. In your words, they didn't show up.
Okay.
They never show up.
The Saints.
Saints, I give a C because right now the Saints are like the Broncos of 2016. They're figuring out life after Drew Brees. So the talent is they're moving the talent. They're trying to see where the talent fits. And right now it's like
Andrew
guys just said it's their quarterback.
I'm wearing a Broncos hat. We need to be united. All right. They're not figuring out they figured out life after Drew Brees when they gave Hill $20 million at the end of last year.
You gave them
and they gave him $100 million.
Andrew, you said
and they gave him $100 this year.
Okay. All right. So let's move on, guys. We got the 8-4 Cowboys versus the 6-6 Washington football team. Everyone here is going Cowboys except for Greg. You went with Washington. Paul, who you got in the pick?
Greg. Listen, the Cowboys are slightly distracted. They're bringing benches via chartered plane, first class from Dallas to Washington. That's unheard of. All right. They want to sit on their own bench. Guess what? I'm going Washington football team with the upset.
Okay.
Oof,
Travis.
Goosebumps when I said that one.
You know what?
Travis, who you got, sir?
I was almost ready to go Washington, but I think I got to stick with. You know what? No Tony Pollard. They're gonna have to stick with Zeke all game. We don't know what Zeke is doing out there these days. I'm gonna go Washington. They've been on a roll. I'll rock with them.
Andrew?
I'm going with the artists formerly known as Redskins. I love Taylor Heineke. I think they upset Dallas today.
All right. And
who would have
Travis,
thunk it? A sweep.
Travis, what's your grade for the Cowboys for the season?
Cowboys. I gave them a B, man, but it's not a strong B because they got some questionable ups and downs.
It's either it's a B or it's not. All right.
Hey. No, because
it's not
because they can easily fall to a C. They can easily fall to a C real fast.
Knock it off. They're not a C.
They got a couple. They got a lot of division games ahead of them starting today. They've had some questionable losses. You know what I mean? I gotta give them a B,
what
man.
Questionable losses that they have.
Okay, so what about Washington football team?
Washington, I'm gonna give them a C right now. They had a slow start, but they're getting their act together. They've gotten their act together over the past few weeks.
Okay, Paul, who you got for the?
They're in the hunt.
Paul, what grade you got for the Cowboys?
I'm giving the Cowboys an A. To your point.
God, you an easy class. Jesus.
I know, right? He's real easy.
He a 100 level class.
Average. Excellent, good, average. That's why I was rated top boss of 2020, 2019, and so on beyond that. I'm the best there is to do what I do. Let me tell you something. Excellent, good, average. The Dallas Cowboys are the most talented football team in the National Football League, right? The Rams is probably the only team with as much talent, and I can also say the Cardinals. For that reason, you take about a funk game against Denver where they got punched in their face. We're talking a field goal loss opening weekend to opening night to the champs. Give me the Dallas as an A.
Okay, and Washington. Washington, Paul, what you got?
Yo, you know what, Washington, bro? This might shock y'all, but y'all been shocked at all the grades I've given, but that's okay. I'm giving Washington a B also. To be as bad as Washington was, and then to be at 5 straight with that defense, with losing their best player on the defensive side and not having a resource in the D backfield, to be after today maybe a game out of first place in the NFC East is amazing. So give me a B for the Washington Riverboat Ron football team.
Washington, Andrew, who you got? What's their grade? Sorry.
Got the professor stuttering in here.
I know, right? Andrew, what's your grade for Washington?
Both teams are getting a B minus. So
Washington. Hey, we didn't say no B minus, right? I thought we just was A, B, C, D.
This is true. This is true. He's right. Give him
a B.
According to the syllabus. According to the course syllabus, it's a B. There are no minuses.
Low B.
Make him earn that B. Give him a C. Give him something to work for.
They're barely above B. And Washington, like they said, like after today, they could be a game out of first place. Nobody expecting them to do any good, but here they are, and they have a big opportunity. The Cowboys, they're barely a B. A while ago, I would have given them an A. But, the Broncos went in like Killmonger and go, is this America's team? Is this the team that's supposed to lead you into the future? And we just spanked them in the mouth. And since that game, other teams have kind of picked up on that formula. And Dallas, who had a beautiful, comfortable lead in the NFC East, succeeds to slowly dissipate.
Okay, so you're giving them both Bs, right?
Both Bs.
Okay, let's move on to the Jags and the Titans. The Jags are coming in at 2-10. The Titans are 8-4. Everyone's going with the clean sweep with the Titans on the rest of the panel. Paul, you going to make that one a clean sweep? Don't make this harder on yourself.
Swing back to me, Carl.
Oh, okay, Travis.
And Titans, man, stop playing around. There's chaos going on in the Jacksonville
Andrew
organization.
Titans?
Stop
Titans.
Okay, Paul, come on.
Doing the Jim Jones toe tap.
it.
I'm gonna go Titans. I'm gonna
Okay.
go Titans against my better judgment.
Andrew, grade for the Jags.
D.
Go Titans.
A D. And the Titans?
Hey.
How you give the Jets an incomplete and then go give the Jags a D?
It's
bro?
his report card.
What
It's
the-
his. It's his report card. You can't
Are
be mad
you
at
crazy?
the
They got coaches grabbing ass and bars.
It's his
No.
report. It's his report card. How you mad at his report card? It's his report card.
They benched the best player on the team to start the year, and James Robinson.
Paul, let me ask you a question. Did you go back to the professor and fight for your
snap.
grade changes?
Hell yeah!
Were you that? Would you go
I
back?
did that too.
Hell yeah!
He was
bro.
that student.
He was that student.
He was that
I
student.
hate-
Bro,
I hate
Professor, how
that
you
dude.
gonna decide to show my
can't be
work?
mad. I can't be mad because I did it too, Carl. You gotta do it. You gotta
Carl,
fight
this is
for
my
yours.
famous line. How you gonna say I didn't show work? I showed you what I did to get the answer. Who cares that I looked over her shoulder? All right.
Despite all the chaos, I think the Jaguars are more comfortable moving forward in the future than the Jets. I don't know
Didn't
what.
they just talk about firing their coach 2 days
Uh,
ago?
Okay.
Even with
Travis, what are you going with the Titans? What's your grade?
The Titans, I gave them a B, man. They lost some star students, but they continue to perform over there.
Okay, and the
man.
Jags?
The Jags, man, they get an F, man. Poor organizing skills over there, man. From the top down of the organization. You got Urban Meyer out there. They talking about he out there berating coaches and players and benching stars. It's a mess over there, man.
Okay, so Paul, who seems to be the light grade of all of us, the Jags,
The Jags are an F. They're an F.
Titans.
The Titans are a C. The Titans are fool's gold. Shout out to the gray area. We call it like we see it. Shout out to the winner's circle. We might
Whoa,
be making
hold
a
on.
comeback. Let me tell you
Hold on.
why.
Listen, hold on. Before you start, I just want to throw it out there. Don't throw no more shout outs to Smoke and Mirrors because they want to sit here and
shit.
disrespect other people's shows. I'm gonna have the clip for them on Wednesday. I wanted to do this show, but come pull up on Wednesday because it seems to be an inner brand. We're not gonna sit here and promote other people's shows on your show. This is the NFL kickoff.
Hey.
We stick to the NFL kickoff. you
put
want
it
to
like
go watch
this.
other
But
shows?
like,
We're not gonna
they
do
wanna
that.
sit-
We're
they
not gonna
wanna
do
sit
that.
there and talk. Who's the first ones to have their own specific
Hey,
sports
check
show?
this out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on one sport.
Listen,
Listen,
this is
they
a
want to do
conflict-
that.
there's a
Listen,
conflict
the
of
NBA.
interest.
Us
Listen,
over here.
listen. The
Hang on,
NBA
hang
team. The
Hang
NBA
on.
team is coming. The NBA team is coming. I heard what Greg had to say. He wanted to be slick at the mouth. NBA team
Right.
pull up on the
Hey.
court. That's the name of the new show, On the Court for the
On
NBA.
the court.
On the
Who's
court.
the
You damn
NBA
right.
team?
Somebody about to get cooked on the court come Wednesday.
We
And
see-
we got Coach. We got Mike Miller. We got Ziggy Zig. I'm
Oh, that's
telling
a
you,
good-
baby.
oh, that's a
we
good
coming.
squad.
We
Yeah,
squadding up. Straight
I
up.
thought you had that kid Eugene and
No,
the numbers
nah,
kid with the
mm-mm.
glasses with the
They're in the
binoculars.
G. Listen, they're in the
They're
in
the
the
kid with the binoculars.
They're in the
What's
G
his
League. They
name,
didn't make the
Andre?
team yet. The Andres. They're
Yeah,
in the
but
G
G
League.
League.
They're
G
in the
League.
G-
He's
So-
their analytics guy. He's their analytics
Let me
guy.
tell y'all something about the Titans real quick. You know why they don't get a better grade than a C? I don't care if they were healthy and they had 9 wins. Ryan Tannehill is why I can't give them more than a C. I got 122 million reasons why Ryan Tannehill is supposed to make them look better, and he hasn't since Derrick Henry went down. So for that reason, they're a C. I still don't trust him
But
defensively.
were you really
either.
expecting them to? I mean, would you?
Hell
really expect
yeah.
Him to?
Okay.
Okay.
Hell
so
yeah,
that
I was.
So
Okay.
you're Boo Boo the fool then. if
My
you believe that.
expectations for the starting quarterback in the National Football League is to do what you can do to win games. If they had Kirk Cousins, they'd be sitting at 11 wins right now. Facts.
Whoa.
Captain,
they had
Captain
Captain-
Average.
I don't know what to
Captain-
say to that.
Captain
They'd have
Average.
11 wins today. Did you
All
see
right,
him?
guys.
Did you see Tannehill?
Listen, guys. As much as I wanna
Wait till we
spend
get to
time-
the Vikings.
No
Wait till
Guys,
we
as
get
much
to
as I
the
want to spend
Vikings.
time
Wait.
on these teams,
Can't
we got to
wait.
move on. We got the Texans and the Seahawks.
You're not gonna get the
Texans
Vikings.
coming
They
in
play
4
Thursday.
Texans coming in 4-8. Seahawks coming in 2-10. Everyone on the panel is going Seahawks. Paul, Seahawks for the clean sweep.
He pulling to me today.
You know what? Yes.
I'll take the Texans
They,
in that game.
I'm taking. I'm not. They may
Okay.
switch to Davis Mills. I'm going Seahawks.
All right. So Andrew's going. You going Texans, and who you got, Travis?
I'm gonna go Seahawks on this one, man. That's a simple one.
Okay. As far as grades are concerned, Travis, what are you giving the Seahawks?
Man, I'm gonna give them a D, man. It's time to update the curriculum over there, man. the curriculum is out of date over there. You know what I mean?
How are they
Like,
only a D, bro?
Okay.
How they
How
not
about the
an F?
Texans? Okay. How about the Texans?
Texans. Hold on, where are they on my grading book here? Texans, they get an
Wait,
F, man.
you got a
another
grading
poor-
book?
Yeah, he
Poor-
does.
poor
He's reading.
poor
You didn't see him reading. He did his homework.
Thank
He
you.
did his
Thank
assignment.
you.
He did his assignment.
I understood the assignment, Carl. The Texans get an F, man. Poor organizing skills over there as well.
It's called organization, bro. That's what it's
No,
called.
no.
Stop calling it poor organizing. You're making the black community look incompetent. All right?
It's on purpose.
Poor
It's on purpose.
organization skills.
It's on
That's what
purpose,
it is,
fool.
all right?
It's on purpose, fool.
All right,
It's
Andrew,
on
what
purpose.
grade?
Because
Andrew, what you giving the
because as a
Texans?
class, we're talking about organizing. It's
It's called
Andrew-
organization skills. That's what
no, I'm not talking about. We're relating it to class. Okay,
Okay,
to
all right.
schoolwork. It's on purpose.
Professor
Fool.
lower his
Pay
grade
attention.
because his
Pay
literature
attention.
is an F.
Pay attention. No, you obviously can't put it together. You failed that
Okay,
part of school. I
Travis.
see it.
Okay, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Andrew, what are you giving the Texans, bro?
I give the Texans an F. I never expected them to be a good team this year. With the whole Deshaun Watson situation, JJ Watt, your leader on and off the field, wanted out. That's an F. Seahawks
Okay.
get an F too.
Thank
Seahawks,
you,
I'm very disappointed in the Seattle Seahawks. That team is always, even if they're not the most talented team, they're always fighting for a wild card at least. I cannot believe they are awful this year. F.
Paul, what are your grades for the Texans and the Seahawks?
F and F.
F and F. All right, there it is. We move on. We both got Fs. Let's go. This is going to cause some trouble in the hitless streets. We got the Raiders and the Chiefs. Raiders coming in 6-6. The Chiefs are 8-4. Everyone on the panel went Chiefs except for our resident Raiders fan. He has never picked against his team all season. He went with the Raiders. Paul, who you got?
Chiefs. Told y'all week 2 they was gonna be all right. Told y'all week 3 they was gonna be all right. I told y'all when it was like 2-4 they was gonna be all right. Now they won 5 straight and they rolling. Chiefs. They gonna light it up on the Raiders today.
Travis.
Man, I'm going Chiefs on this one. Like you said, they had that shaky start, but they've started to turn around. Past 5 weeks, they've let up about 13 points per game. Past month, they let up about 10 points per game. That defense, they starting to flip the switch.
Andrew.
It helps not to play any tough offenses though.
Unfortunately, I got to go Chiefs.
Hey,
The Raiders.
don't
but
play who's in
I'm
front of
rooting
you.
for the Chiefs. I picked the Chiefs to win today.
You got the Chiefs. Okay. So Andrew, as far as your grades, what do you give the Chiefs and the Raiders for grades for the season so far?
In the spirit of grading and school comparisons, the Chiefs are the kids that were slacking in the beginning of the year and have found a way to boost their grade at the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving them a B. Eventually, it will turn into an A because they're deep. I said on my Broncos show that it's only a matter of time before the Chiefs click, and this is the time they've done it. And just like Travis said, the defense is hitting on all cylinders. Raiders, I give a C. I don't know if they're good. I don't know if they're bad. It's always a different Raider team that shows up. So we'll put them right in the middle at C.
Okay. Travis, what are your grades?
Man, Chiefs, they get a B, man. Like we all said, they got their act together. Slow start, but like we said, that defense is starting to flip the switch. The offense is starting to get themselves together. So they're turning around. As far as the Raiders, I believe I gave them a C because they are the definition of an average student. We don't really, like you said, we don't know what they are, good, bad, what week they're going to show up, what week they're not going to show up. So they
And make sure as you're pulling up to the comments, tag a random friend to pull up to the sports hit list by the fans and for the fans.
Hey, somebody tag Manny.
You're watching the NFL Sunday Kickoff Show live on the Sports Hit List. Paul, who you have here for your grades for the Raiders and the Chiefs?
Chiefs are an A. Patrick Mahomes is healthy.
Jesus, that 100
Tyreek Hill is
course.
healthy. Travis Kelce is healthy. We're talking 5 straight. A defense that's starting to play defense, ignited by the big man 95 in the middle there, and 32, the Walter Payton Man of the Year candidate in the back end, Chiefs. And the Raiders, I'm sorry, Raiders fans. The Raiders are a D. You don't start off 3-0 with an MVP candidate and then blow games the way the Raiders have blew games. They're exactly who I thought they were, a joke. They had a coach that was out there sending emails. Nobody talks like that through email, all right? You're lucky you didn't get an F, Manny and Jay Lex. You deserve an F after those emails leak. But I don't trust them. They rely on pass interference calls. Any team that relies on that, I can't give more than a D. So
a lot of teams rely on that.
Nah, not like the Raiders.
A lot of teams
Thanksgiving, they just
a
throw
lot
it
of
up there
teams
and see what
rely on
happens.
that.
They lead the league in PI
calls. A lot of teams
calls.
just throw it up and hope for the flag. Like,
No, they
come on now.
don't.
Okay,
They don't.
so moving on, we have the Falcons and the Panthers both coming in at 5 and 7. This is a split panel here. Rick went with the Falcons. Ray,
Rick is from Atlanta, bro. He lives in Atlanta.
We have Ray, Manny. They went with the Panthers. Declan went with the Falcons. Greg Falcons, Chuck Falcons, and Peter Panthers. Paul.
I'm going Panthers, bro. I think they're gonna suffocate Matt Ryan. And does anyone? Sorry to EP Professor.
It's okay.
I'm hearing the noise out there that Calvin Ridley may suit up. Fantasy owners worldwide, alert me. Is that real or is it fake? I'm double screening, so I can't see right now. Is Calvin Ridley suiting up against the Panthers today? Does anyone know? Let me know.
Doesn't matter.
I'm going. It does, but it does.
It hasn't. He ain't
It
showed
does.
up all season. Cut it out.
Man, Travis,
Cut
shut
it
up,
out,
bro.
Cut it out. He ain't showed up all season. Cut it out.
See, you're not a fantasy guy. What you don't realize
he was there.
Hang on. Let me get this off real quick. The emergence of Calvin Ridley for real fantasy owners worldwide is not about Calvin Ridley. It's about the performance of Kyle Pitts, who's been lackluster since Ridley's left the scene. And it's about the disappearance that we need to put for Russell Gage, who has absorbed his plays. I need to know if the man's playing so Russell Gage can be sitting. But you wouldn't know that because you're not a good fantasy football player.
Travis, who you got? You going with your Panthers or you going
I'm
Falcons?
going to go with my Panthers, man. We
Now there's
OC
Panthers
last
again.
Week. You know what I mean? Another week in the Cam Newton got coming off the bye. Hopefully, they've wanted to rededicate themselves to the run game. Hopefully, this is the week we do it. So I'm going to go with the Panthers this week, man.
Andrew.
I'll take the Panthers.
And Travis, what are your grades for the Falcons and your Panthers? How do you grade them?
Falcons, I'm gonna give them a D, man. Poor overall plan for the whole season.
Nobody's passing Travis. It's the silliest thing I've ever seen.
You know what I mean?
But he's going to be harsher on his team, though. I'm curious to see how you grade the Panthers because you're probably harder on them.
I'm giving them a D. Shaky QB plan from the start of the season. I mean, we came in here with Sam Darnold, and we had no solid backup plan, which is why we're now here on Cam Newton. I mean, we got to give that a D. Our defense has played great for most of the season, so that's what's giving us the D. If it wasn't for the defense, they'd get an F. Let's be real here.
Okay, Paul, what are your grades for the Falcons and the Panthers?
The Falcons, I'm gonna give a C. I thought they was gonna be the worst team in the division.
Jesus Christ!
And somehow, some way, the Falcons have stayed in the playoff hunt. Right, still in the hunt. They played some really, really good football games, despite having limited resources. How could we not be a fan of what the hell is going on in Atlanta? So I'm gonna give them a C.
And the Panthers?
As far as the Panthers get an F.
Matt Rule the Falcons a C, but he gave the Panthers an F.
Let me tell you why.
Jesus
so the Panthers
Christ.
started off like gangbusters. Had the world thinking Sam Darnold was really that guy. But in the words of Greg, I can't shout out the show SNS. In the words of Greg, we know for a fact Sam Darnold is not that guy. How do I know that? His performance has dictated that. Matt Rule has been a shell of himself from a play calling perspective. Christian McCaffrey is a joke.
Matt Rule was never a play caller.
Matt Rule was a play caller at Baylor.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He's been.
All right,
been more
guys,
of
we got to
GM
move on.
Who called the
we gotta
plays
move
at
on.
Temple?
He
Who
was-
called the plays at
he
Temple?
was never a play
Trav, who called plays at
guys,
Temple?
guys, please.
He
In
was
the
more
normal
of the
week,
CEO type, the running of
In
The
the normal
CEO
week.
type.
And-
He's a
and
college
put- and
coach.
Hey,
and put his
listen,
organization
listen.
and put his
Professor
coordinators in play.
listen. Oh, you guys gonna be
Talking
quiet? You're not gonna be quiet. I'm gonna send you home. Listen,
Send him home, bro.
send
him
you home.
home.
Damn, like,
He wearing a sweatshirt
bro.
in the classroom. That's
you
already
guys are being
problem.
disruptive. I'm
You got a hat on.
I'm gonna send you to the principal's office.
Okay,
You guys
so
are being
hats are
disruptive.
normal.
I'm gonna send you to the principal's office. You
Sweatshirts
guys
are
being
normal.
disruptive.
Take
Sheesh.
that sweatshirt off. It's
In
dusty.
the normal
anyway.
week, I would let you guys cook, but we got to get through the grades. All right, you guys don't want to go to the hitless principal office now. It's not me. Higher ups. I'm just saying.
Y'all
all
giving
right?
out money in that office?
No, we giving out
Right.
pink slips. Andrew, what are your grades, sir? Go ahead for the Falcons and the Panthers.
I give both teams a C. I expected Sam Darnold to change the scenery with Christian McCaffrey in his backfield to do great. It backfired. And then with Atlanta, Matt Ryan, despite the limited resources, they're not the Atlanta Falcons of old. I think Matt Ryan might need to change the scenery like Matthew Stafford did.
All right, so both of them get C's, right?
Correct.
Okay, so we got the Ravens versus the Browns. Ravens coming in 8-4, Browns coming in 6-6. Everyone here, everyone has the Ravens except for Chuck went with the Browns. Paul.
Y'all know I don't rock with no Baker Mayfield no more, bro. But give me the Browns, man. Week off, refine, retool, coming off the same opponent. I think that Browns defense puts on a show, and the Ravens offense have looked really bad. So give me the Browns.
Travis?
Oh, this was a tough one right here for the simple
We
fact-
ain't
for a
heard that
lot-
all show.
Right. For a lot of reasons that Paul stated out, the Ravens offense has not looked very good the past couple weeks. Baker Mayfield saying he's coming in feeling a little more healthy. You know what? I'm gonna still go with the Ravens on this one. I think the Ravens still find a way to get it done, man. You got an elite quarterback on the other side after that tough loss. I think they still find a way.
Andrew.
I think Lamar Jackson's out for blood after that heartbreaking loss last week. So I'll take the Ravens.
Hey, so is
All right.
Myles Garrett.
Paul, what are your grades for the Ravens and the Browns?
The Ravens get a B. To be able to win without running backs, guys that was like literally sitting on the couch. Gutsy. They lost a lot of talent. So year to date, they get a B. The Browns, however, they get a D. Coming off that season last year, Baker shouldn't even be the quarterback. If you ask me, Case Keenum should be the guy.
That's
What they did to my boy Odell, it's not ridiculous. Baker's terrible.
That's ridiculous.
It's
That's
not.
ridiculous.
It's not.
That's ridiculous.
It's
That's
not.
ridiculous.
But it's not.
They gotta figure it
Okay,
out. Come on,
and-
stop it.
Andrew, what are
It's
your grades
not.
for the Ravens and the Browns?
Cut the nonsense.
Baker's the worst quarterback in the NFL. Look at the numbers.
Okay, but he's
gonna do
still
this
under
again.
the rookie contract. They gotta
Andrew,
figure it
I'm
out.
talking to
Like, come
Andrew.
on, man.
I'm talking to Andrew.
Come
Class.
on, you know the game.
Class. Andrew raised his hand. Andrew, answer the question, please. Ravens or Browns?
I give the Ravens an A.
Oh.
And then they've been playing on their caliber. And then I give the Browns a C because despite their because the season they had last year versus this year. And I think the Browns are working hard on that grade, and they did the right thing by expelling Odell.
Travis, what are your grades for the Ravens and the Browns?
Ravens, I gave them a B, man. They've overcome a lot of injuries and still managed to be one of the top teams in the AFC. And for the Browns, I gave them a C, man. They're not living up to the potential that we thought they were coming into the season. They haven't beaten a top tier team this season, man. So they got to get a C, man.
What do you do when you see students plagiarizing?
Oh, they go to the dean's office.
Just out of curious, because I said exactly what he just said about the Ravens winning with nobody, and he gonna go.
Oh, I'm sorry you went
recite
first.
my
I'm
bars.
sorry you went first.
Big
No,
brother,
Carl,
little brother.
Professor, what happens when you
went
catch a
first.
student
Whoop-de-doo.
plagiarizing? Is my question.
Wow.
They go to the dean's office. Basically, it's taken up with the college.
It's obvious when the issues are right there in front
You
of
know
your
what?
face.
Actually, I'll tell you this. I had two students who copied off each other in a homework assignment, so they both got a 0.
Oh, Carl, don't worry. We caught a cheater in our grades. We caught a cheater.
They didn't have running backs.
Wait till we get to it. We caught one. Now.
Okay, so what you got for the Browns? You gave the Ravens a B, and what are you giving the Browns?
Yeah,
I gave him a C.
Okay, what are you giving the Browns?
I gave him a C. I
Oh,
gave
you
the
gave him
Ravens a B.
B
I
and
gave
the
the
Ravens-
Ravens a
okay,
B.
got it, got
and
it,
that's
got it.
the Browns a C.
All right, so we got the 49ers and the Bengals. 49ers coming in 6-6, the Bengals 7-5. Everyone here went with the Bengals except for Manny. He went with the 49ers. Paul.
Give me the 49ers on the road with a bounce back victory. Debo Samuel running the ball today. That's all I need to see. Debo and Kittle, bring me home.
Andrew?
Niners.
I'll take Cincy. Joe Burrow needs to prove he can bounce back after last week.
Travis.
Man, I'm going to go 49ers on this one. I think the 49ers, despite that bad loss last week, they have been on a turnaround. I think they finally gotten their act together, and I think they go out there and find a way to get this W.
And what are your grades for the 49ers and the Bengals, Travis?
49ers, I gave them a C. They're showing improvement. They had a little rocky start there, but they've turned it around, I think, despite that loss last week. And the Bengals, I gave them a C as well. I think they're exceeding expectations. I think they're a year ahead of from what I thought they would be. I thought we would see this next year with Joe Burrow. You know, Joe Burrow coming off that knee injury. I thought that we would see this improvement next year, but I think they're a year ahead of expectations.
Some will say Joe Burrow is the reason they lost those last 3 games they lost.
I would say Joe
with that?
Burrow is a lot of. I would say Joe Burrow is a lot of reasons why they're 7-5.
I say more Joe Mixon, but I mean, I didn't realize Joe Burrow has 14 interceptions on the season. That's crazy. You don't think that's a crazy stat?
Andrew?
Yeah, it's high.
Right, Drew?
It's
Like, you
high.
don't think that's a lot?
That's
I was
high.
like, wow, that's crazy.
That's a wow. Yeah.
And like 9
high.
fumbles, right? Like, that's a lot.
So
It's high.
Andrew, what do you have for the 49ers and the Bengals as far as grades?
49ers, I give a C. Like Travis said, they were off to a rough start. They've managed to climb back in. Bengals, I give a B because Joe Burrow coming off the knee, second year. And at one point, they were the top seed in the AFC. They got humbled real quick, but they managed to crawl back. And they're looking like a solid wild card team.
Paul, 49ers and Bengals grades.
The Niners are a D. The way they blew that game to a team I just gave an F, Seattle, they can't be more than a D for me, right? And
The Bengals.
Bengals, I'm going to give the Bengals a C. C.
Okay. We got the Bears versus the Packers. Bears coming in 4-8, Packers 9-3. We have everyone on the panel going Packers. Paul, you making that a clean sweep?
I am definitely going Packers. Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears, what he told us. Packers.
Is it safe to say Travis and Andrew going Packers as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not even difficult.
So it's grading time. Paul, Bears grade and Packers grade.
Bears are an F. I won't even elaborate. They're an F. The Packers are an A. Head and shoulders above most of the league. The Packers are an A.
Travis, would you give the same grades?
Yes, the Bears are the team that I caught cheating, actually, Carl. The Bears, they tried to copy the Chiefs formula, by starting the veteran quarterback and not going to
It's not the same.
they tried. They tried though, but it didn't work out
Alex
for them.
Smith is such a better quarterback than
Right.
him.
Like, come
didn't
on,
work
right,
out.
Andrew? Like, we're not gonna let him get away with this garbage.
It didn't work out. Is that not the plan they wanted to go with? Is that not the plan they
He got
wanted?
hurt, bro. He got hurt.
Okay, then the plan didn't work out for them. They got caught cheating. Whatever. Packers, I'm gonna give them a B, but they're flirting with an A.
B?
They got some questionable losses. That first loss against New Orleans, which were kind of first week 1, and then that loss against the Vikings and Captain Kirk over there. So but they're flirting with an A, but they got a good W against the Cardinals. So I'm gonna give them a strong B right now, flirting with an A.
All right, Andrew, what are your grades for the Bears and the Packers?
F for Fields, A for Aaron.
Exactly.
All right, there it is.
That's ridiculous to give the Packers.
We got so we got some goodies here. The 8-4 Rams take on the 10-2 Cardinals. Again, the panel is pretty much split. Cards and Rams. I think Greg went with the Rams, Declan Rams, Chuck and Manny Rams, Ray Rams. So Paul, who you got?
Give me Kyler Murray, bro. Give me Zona. The return to Chase Edmonds on Monday Night Football will be huge. As a change of pace with James Conner. And defensively, we know they got some of the most talent we've ever seen on the defense. So for that reason, I'm going Cardinals at home.
Travis?
And I'm going Cardinals on this one simply because I think the book is out in the Rams. We've seen them be dominated by physical football teams. And I think the Cardinals, I mean, you might sit there and want to call them a finesse team, but when James Conner getting that ball running downhill, they can be physical. And I think they will out-physical this Rams football team.
Andrew?
I'm going with the Cards.
Let's go to grading time. Travis, who you have for the Ram? What grade do you have for the Rams and the Cards?
The Rams, I gave them a B, but it's a weak B because like I said, I think the book is out on them. They've been dominated by physical football teams, and when you get into the playoffs, you're going to see a lot of physical football teams, man. As far as the Cardinals, they get the only A in the class, man, to overcome, the injuries that they have overcome, to go 2-1 with your backup quarterback. That means you are a solid football team from top to bottom right there. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give them the A. They got the best record in the NFL. They get an A.
Can I ask a question, Carl, Professor?
Sure.
If I raise my hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
We just watched you give the Green Bay Packers a B, right?
Right.
And then I watched Aaron Rodgers walk into Arizona without any weapons and beat a healthy Kyler Murray and an Arizona Cardinals team.
On a fluke
With a championship level defense in Green Bay.
My problem with the Packers is that week 1 loss, and then that
week 1. Do you know when week 1 was?
Let me respond to your question, sir.
13 weeks ago. 13 weeks ago.
And then that loss to Captain Average up there in Minnesota. That's an issue for me,
bro.
That's why I said they are
that's
why
the grading book doesn't help you.
They are flirting with an A.
Then you said the Rams have been dominated multiple times. You seen the Rams lose the division game and lose to the Titans.
Andrew, what are your grades for the Rams and the Cards?
But we've seen the pattern with them. We've seen the pattern.
Go ahead, Andrew.
The Rams get a B. They could have been an A. But, they loaded up on talent. They took Von Miller. They took Odell. They had to relearn the chemistry. They've been on the down, like Travis says, like the book is out on them. Cardinals, I give a B, flirting with an A, because they should have beat the Green Bay Packers and they blew it on the last play. I feel like they're beatable, but they're playing great football. They have the best record. So they're on a B, on the cusp of an A.
Okay. Paul, what are your grades for the Rams and the Cards?
Cardinals are an A. The Rams are an A.
Laughable, but okay.
Okay.
Hey,
laughable.
Let me tell you something.
Laughable.
Right?
Okay.
Let me just throw something out there.
What's your reason for giving the Rams an A? Tell me that, please.
The Rams on defense will shut down the league when it matters.
The Rams on defense can't stop the run, but okay.
I disagree. We gonna see on Monday night.
The evidence, the past weeks have shown that, but okay.
Okay, guys, we got 2 more games. We're almost through it. Class is almost over. Okay, we got 2 more great.
1 second, real quick. And that so-called super dominated team, they lost by 8 points in Lambeau. So let's with a new receiver.
Okay, but still, they have the defense.
Check this out.
The defense has shown we've seen the weakness. We've seen the weakness of this team. But you're gonna sit here and give them an A?
Wait,
they're not even number 1 in their division. So they're barely holding on to a wild card spot. Stop it.
So their weakness is they can't stop the runners. That's what you're gonna stand on.
No, their weakness is that they can't stop physical football teams. Okay, that's a problem.
Okay, so guys, let's move on. We have the 7-5 Bills versus the 9-3 Bucks.
Hope y'all watching this.
Chuck and Declan both went with the Bills.
Hang on, Carl. With the Bucks. Is the Colts a physical football team?
Say it again.
Are the Colts a physical football team?
They are.
Travis?
Yes.
They're the most physical football team in the National Football League. The Rams beat them in Indy. Hang on.
But
are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a physical football team?
Andrew, welcome to the panel. They do this every week.
Are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a physical football team?
We're going to pull up the schedule.
Just answer the question.
We're going to pull up the schedule right here. Took an L to the Packers. Physical football
team. We know they lost to the Packers and the Titans.
Took an L to the 49ers. Physical football team.
The Seahawks just beat them.
Took an L to the Titans.
The most finesse team in football just beat the 49ers. Is that who you want to use?
Cardinals. physical football team.
The 49ers, you just said the Cardinals is a finesse team.
They have lost to has been a physical
Carl,
football
did he
team
not just
that
tell us
ran
the
the ball
49ers
down
are
their
a
throat.
finesse team? Did he not just say
ran
that?
the ball down their throat. I did not say that.
You didn't just say the
that.
49ers, the Cardinals are a finesse team?
No, I did not. I did not say the 49ers were a finesse team. I did not say
the clip
that.
back, bro. You literally just said they're a finesse team.
No, I did not say
that.
that.
And then when Connor runs downhill, you just say that.
All right, guys, we got to move on.
James Conner isn't on the 49ers.
Did you guys get it all out of your system?
Listen.
Did you not just say the Cardinals were a finesse team?
He is out.
That was the question I just asked you. I just asked him, did he say the Cardinals was a finesse team? He said no.
Listen. Okay.
Are you guys good now?
But the Colts are a physical football team.
Okay, so you beat one, but you lost to four others.
I'm just asking, bro. You're telling me they can't win.
You're 1-4 against physical football team, and the one physical football team you beat, I believe, was week 2. Okay.
You just took something away for a week 1 loss to the Packers, bro.
Okay. Right.
Against a team that you gave a D, bro.
All right. So I'm saying if it was week 2.
When I talk about inconsistencies,
it was
Carl,
week 2.
I know you said we can't shout out Smoke and Mirrors.
It was week 2.
But you came on the air on Smoke and Mirrors and got cooked because you're inconsistent.
No, it didn't. I still maintain that Kirk Cousins is an average quarterback.
He's not. He's above average.
Have done nothing to prove that wrong. Cut it out. You have done nothing to prove that wrong.
Professor, take us away.
Listen, this is what you have when you have 2 kids in the back of the class who decide not to pay attention and they want to just go at it.
Baby. I'm in the front with it. Front right hand side.
I'm in the back of the class.
I'm in the front with the right. The peripheral vision to the left is elite.
Honestly, as
back
a student,
of the class,
the middle is the best seat for me. The middle, always in the middle of the pack, not the front of the. It's just the middle. Bills and the Bucks. Bills coming in 7-5. Bucks coming in 9-3. Again, everyone on the panel went Bucks except for the consistent Chuck and Declan going with the Bills. So therefore, Paul, who you got?
Bucks.
Andrew?
I'll take the Bills today.
And Travis?
Bucks.
And Travis, let me ask you, what are the grades you're giving the Bills and the Bucks?
Bucks, I gave them a B, man. They're putting out solid work. You know what I mean? As far as the Bills, I'm sorry, everybody's not an A. I make my students work for theirs. The Bills, I gave them a C because they're not living up to their potential, man. They got a lot of questionable losses out here. I mean, they basically, I'm not gonna say they lost the division, but to lose now, you're not even the division leader right now. I'm gonna give them a C, man. They not
all right. Paul, Bills and the Bucks grades.
The Bucks, they're a B. The Bills are a D.
That's a tough grade there.
Bills can't win when they needed to win. Josh Allen looks like a shell of himself. He's the furthest removed from his MVP campaign last year. And apparently they can't beat teams that don't even throw the football. So I don't know what you do as a preparation, right? Like you go from three pass attempts. Brady's going to throw the ball 50 times today. They're going to light them up. That's just the way I see it. But the Bills are a joke. They capitalize on the easiest schedule of football. And in a couple of weeks, we might be talking about a Bills team that might not even be in the playoffs, right? Like it's very possible with their remaining schedule. So.
All right, Andrew.
I give the Bucks an A. They're the quiet kid in class. They hands in their homework, and next thing you know, they're your valedictorian, just like last year.
Good point.
And then the Bills, I give a B. They could be an A, but they slipped to a B. They've been slacking. They have the potential, but they're losing games. They lose to the Jaguars. They lose to the ass grabbers. They lose. They lost another game. I forgot who.
They lose to physical football teams.
The Bills.
See that? See what I did there?
Decline.
You see what I did there, Andrew?
Not
they can't beat a physical football team. You know who else can't beat a physical football team, Travis?
The Rams.
Lost to a quarter.
The Rams.
Buccaneers, all 3 of their losses against physical football teams.
All right, guys, we got one more.
The Bills lost to a quarterback that went 2 for 3 for 19 yards last week.
Brutal.
Okay, we got one more game to cover, and then we have to give grades to the teams that are on bye week. We got the Lions and the Broncos. The Lions are 1-10-1 against the Broncos. Everyone's calling Broncos here. Is that a safe say that's a clean sweep?
It goes without saying.
Yeah, Lions got like 30 people out because of
Paul?
COVID and other flu symptoms.
I'm going Broncos.
Okay, Broncos.
Yeah,
As far as
today's a big day for us.
grades are concerned, Broncos and the Lions. Travis.
I'm gonna give the Broncos a C, man. I believe they're exceeding expectations. I mean,
A C is exceeding expectations.
compared to what we thought they would be.
That's not.
Oh, come on,
I didn't.
You see, this is where I have to step in as an actual
Panthers was
teacher.
a C.
This is
You gave the Panthers
okay.
and the Saints a C.
Exceeding expectations for me would be a B. That's
on,
exceeding
bro.
expectations.
It depends on what your expectation was. I mean, did y'all believe the Broncos would be a 6-6 football team?
We thought they'd be competitive. Absolutely.
You did?
I can't answer that question. I'll be biased.
I didn't believe
But
that.
I
didn't
did.
believe that.
Listen, they
Okay.
got a lot of talent on defense, young talent.
That's your personal opinion. I didn't think they would be that good, to be honest. So
Okay, so and what are you giving the Lions?
So but how did they get a C? If you thought they'd be worse and they're better, how are they a C?
because they're better than I thought the bad that they would be. They're literally 6-6. Like they're
So
literally
teams
average.
that are
That's
so
literally
I just
average.
want to before we move on. So teams that have performed below expectations, you gave a C. The Panthers, the Saints, losing teams, right?
Panthers and Saints. I gave a D to.
No, you gave some C's out. I seen C's.
I'm looking at it right
I
here.
seen C's and it wasn't Christmas.
I'm
all I'm gonna tell you.
looking at it right here. Panthers got a D. Saints got a D. What are you talking about?
Who you gave a C to?
Let's see. Who got C's? Browns got a C. Broncos.
So you don't think the Broncos have been
Raiders,
better than the Browns this year?
Chargers. No. See, it's not a comparison to team. It's comparison on
Okay,
that team itself.
Okay,
We're grading
so
that individual team.
Okay,
not
okay.
grading
So what
them
about
against other
Travis? What are you giving the Lions?
I mean, the Lions get an F, man, but they try. They try real hard.
Okay,
They try real hard.
Andrew, what are your grades? Lions, and then what are you giving your team?
All right, I'll give the Lions their grade first. I'll give them a D. They had a lot of bad luck. They, typical Lion season. They try, but
And what are you giving your Broncos?
My boys, I give them a C. I give them a C because their weeks they're great. Their weeks they're awful. It's the offensive play calling for me. You have a very talented wide receiver core. You could have had a rookie of the year candidate, Javonte Williams, if you knew how to use him. And on defense, despite trading Von Miller, you do have Justin Simmons. You have other guys stepping up, and they're competitive, but they're not performing to their expectation. My expectation was B. I'm giving them a C.
All right, Paul, what are you giving the Lions and the Broncos?
Lions are an F. I know they took some tough losses. Some of those were self-inflicted.
Broncos,
I'm giving a B.
Okay.
I'm going a little bit higher on the Broncos. Giving them a B.
And guys, I would give the Lions an incomplete. I'm sorry, they didn't show up this season. They're 1-10. Where's their F in a grade? An incomplete. They didn't do the job at all. So that to me gets an incomplete. So we have 4 teams who are on bye week. I just need you guys to give them
grades.
I just need you guys to tell me what grades would you give this team. You don't have to explain it because they're on the bye week. We got the Colts. Paul, what you got for them?
The Colts had a B. Bad losses. Got hot. They do got a tough stretch. But I'm going B for the Colts.
Travis, Colts?
Colts, I gave them a C for the same a lot of those bad losses. I mean, in retrospect, look at some of the losses. That week 1 loss to the Seahawks. Bad loss. Like, stop it. They got some bad losses here.
Okay,
they
Andrew.
lost that game against the Ravens.
Andrew, what you giving the Colts?
Should have won that one. They got a few bad losses.
Colts, I give a B.
Thank
Colts
you,
give a
Andrew.
B.
I mean, this guy.
The Patriots. Travis.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Patriots. What did they got to be exceeding expectations.
Okay.
Exceeding expectations.
Paul?
I mean, none of us expected them to be here.
The Patriots at
really.
A, bro.
Patriots get an A. Wow, okay. Andrew, Patriots.
Patriots get an A, exceeding expectations.
Okay. Dolphins, Andrew?
This is a good one.
The Dolphins, I'll give them a B. They
Dolphins
started
give
1-7, and they worked their way all the way back, and they're in the hunt now.
They're in the hunt, baby.
Okay.
Ditto. B. B for the Dolphins.
And Travis, clean sweep with the B?
You know what? No, I had them at a D, but I'll upgrade them to a C.
Okay.
How could they be a D, bro?
Because they need a little stability, man, and a solid plan.
So you
Five
don't like
straight
the
five straight A stability, bro. Like,
they didn't know. They sitting here for most of the season. We went back and forth as two. We're gonna be the guy. We're gonna go get.
but you
Deshaun
didn't give the
Watson.
49ers that same
No,
grade,
no,
and they
no,
did that with Trey Lance and Jimmy G.
Like,
I know how to
just
answer
said-
that. I know how to answer that question,
I
Paul.
just said I gave them a C.
Paul, there are some
agree with
teachers.
you.
Now, I don't do this. There are some teachers who play favorites. Just keep that in mind. There are some biased teachers out there who will give a student a better grade
That's
because so we have some bias out there. We got the last team, the Eagles. Paul,
Oh, the Eagles are a D.
even
Really?
even with your guy Hurts.
Yeah, the Eagles are a D. This is a team thing. The Eagles are a
Okay.
D.
Okay, Travis.
I'm gonna give them a D for.
I know.
for a
I know
different
you
reason.
like Philly, Andrew.
No,
I know.
I'm
I don't know.
gonna give them a
speak
D.
Philadelphian.
Hold on. I'm gonna give them a D simply because who is the class president there? Who's the QB of the future there? Do we know? We don't know. We don't.
Wait, so you graded them a D because of the QB of the future?
We don't
Yeah.
know. What
Not
the
not
QB
because
No,
of the,
no,
the
no, no,
offensive
wait,
coordinator.
you
You see,
Go-
Travis.
Andrew,
You see what he's
Travis,
doing here?
Travis, hold on. No. You contradicted yourself. You contradicted yourself. Yes,
That's what
you
he
did.
did,
ask
bro.
Philly-
Jets.
Yes,
Let
listen,
me
you
ask
contradicted yourself.
Let me ask the
No,
Philly guy. Hold
too
on.
late, too late. There's no asking
Andrew,
questions.
Is Gardner Minshew? Is there not a quarterback
You just
controversy brewing in
contradicted yourself.
Philadelphia?
No.
If
Is
he
there not
wins again, maybe. They just played the Jets.
Okay,
played the
Andrew,
Jets.
what's
You
your
can't let
grade?
that
Andrew,
quarterback controversy?
Andrew,
brewing,
what's
man.
your
I'm
grade?
telling
Andrew,
you,
what's your
it's
grade?
coming.
I expected him to be a D, but I gave the Eagles a C.
Travis,
they're
I'm gonna
building.
need you.
Yes.
Right, I'm gonna need you in my class. Do not contradict yourself. I don't like contradictory students.
Okay. What's
So
the
let me
contradiction
explain
there?
why.
How do you
Basically,
trust somebody that contradicts himself?
so you
the
basically
contradiction?
said you told us that we were picking the grades based off of now, not the future for a previous team. But then you just
That's
talked
what he
about the
said.
future.
When
That's
I gave the
exactly-
Jets a better grade,
exactly. You
That's
talked
what he
about
said.
that.
All right.
So you
So
just
let me rephrase that then.
Oh, so
It's
no,
not-
wait. First, you have to apologize and acknowledge you were wrong, and
say
then you
Big
rephrase
Brother
it.
Paul, I'm sorry.
No.
Say
No,
Big
no,
Brother
that's what you're
Paul,
gonna
I'm
do.
sorry.
That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna
because the argument is still the same, but let me rephrase it. Because of the quarterback situation. Okay.
No, there's
I
no
believe-
context.
yes.
No,
Beat
yes.
the Jets.
Because of the quarterback situation.
beat the
Yes, they
Jets.
did.
Can I,
Wow.
all right, can I
Boys,
debunk
let's
this
go.
real quick?
Okay.
If my
What is-
quarterback
okay,
for the Eagles last
Who-
week, they'd be
who-
screaming
hold
my
on,
name
hold
too.
on. Time out.
Who's the QB
Andrew,
of the future for
all-
the Broncos, Andrew?
Andrews, all the Eagles,
I don't
all
even
the
know.
Eagles,
Exactly.
all the Eagles sold on Jalen Hurts. All the Eagles sold on him.
The coach said he's a
I
starting
think
quarterback.
They should be.
You
But
think
that
they're
has
but are
nothing.
they?
But
They're
listen,
They're not
but
sold on
hold
him.
on, hold on,
They
hold
are
on.
sold on
Travis,
Jalen
They are,
Hurts this
they are
Travis,
unstable
Travis,
at the QB position.
Travis,
They
you're
are
not
unstable
unstable at
listening.
the
listening.
QB position.
Travis,
Oh,
you're
they're
not
Unstable
listening.
at the QB position.
Hold on, Travis, you're not listening.
Okay.
We're basing the grades off of right now,
Yes,
not the
right now
quarterback
they're
position.
unstable at the right now they're unstable at the QB position.
No,
We
they're
don't
not.
know who the class president
No.
of that team
No,
is.
they're not.
Yes,
They know
yes, they
exactly.
are.
Anybody
Jalen
could have
Hurts
quarterbacked
is
in
their
Philly
guy.
last week and
Yes,
beat
they
the
are.
Jets.
All right,
Yes, they are.
guys. Before we go, we have to.
Wait, you
send-
missing two teams, bro. You missing the Vikings and the Steelers.
You're right. They
Yes.
played earlier. You're
Yes.
right. You're right.
Yes.
Okay, go with the
Couldn't wait to
Steelers and
get
the
to
Vikings
them.
real quick. Go ahead, please.
Go ahead,
Travis.
Travis, lead us off. Kick us away.
Oh, Steelers, they get a C, man. You know, they got some class clowns in there. They got to get under control. They got to get. We all see
And the
that.
Vikings. And the Vikings.
Vikings. Hold on. Vikings. They get a big C, man. Captain Average. Captain Kirk over there. They've only beat two teams with a winning record.
All right,
Captain Kirk. Average.
Andrew, who you got?
I give
Grades.
the Steelers a C. I give the Steelers a C. I give the Vikings a dunce cap.
Okay, and Paul.
I just want to say something real quick. You just said about 30 minutes ago, doesn't matter, you beat who's in front of you. Did you not say that on the air, Travis McKay?
Yes.
You said that. So then you're going to sit here and try to give the Vikings a C because they have wins against two winning teams as if they made their schedule, right? It was them that decided.
Because I know
that
what
they'd
you're
play
about
the
to do.
third
I know
toughest
you're about to
schedule
make
in the-
excuses.
That was
for
you.
it.
That's
'Cause
what
I
you
know
said.
you're about to make excuses.
No, but
for
that's
it.
what
Go
you
ahead.
said.
Go make your
So,
excuses. for it. Go ahead.
Here's what I was
'Cause I
saying.
know
The
you, 'cause you're about
Steelers,
to
the
make your
Steelers are a
excuses for
D.
it. Go ahead.
The Steelers are a D, and the
Mhm.
Vikings are a C. That's it.
Oh.
There's no excuse.
Okay, so guys,
blow
before we go,
games.
Okay.
we have to send our condolences to the Demarius Thomas and his family. Tragic loss this past week to the NFL family. 33 years old, Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowl. Andrew, since he was on your team, I'm gonna give you the floor first. What do you remember about watching him play on the field?
When I was in 2010, it was like around the time I started watching the NFL draft and focusing on the kids coming out of college to represent the Denver Broncos. And Demaryius Thomas was the first draft pick I saw. And we were just getting rid of Brandon Marshall at the time. And I remember he goes, why did they pick Demaryius Thomas over Dez Bryant? And they said, well, the Denver Broncos believed he was better than Dez Bryant. And 2010 was an ugly year. The following years when we got Von Miller, Tebow and Thomas, it was starting to be a core developing. And then I will never forget 2011 when the Broncos shocked the world and they beat the Steelers in the stiff arm on Ike Taylor. And that's when I knew we had somebody special. We had somebody that was the next Rod Smith for us. And then Peyton Manning comes on, and then Demaryius Thomas just becomes this all-star Pro Bowl caliber wide receiver. And one thing that really sticks out, and I'm going to say this on my Broncos show in the coming week, is the game where the Broncos knocked the Patriots off to give them their first loss in 2015, the C.J. Anderson walk-off. Brock Osweiler steps in. Demaryius Thomas was dropping every pass thrown to him, and it was almost the same disease he had in the divisional game the year prior against the Colts. And on the last drive, where the Broncos really needed a touchdown, and Brock Osweiler throws up a bomb pass, Demaryius Thomas catches his first pass of that game, and it sets up the touchdown to put the game into OT, or to take the lead, and then New England puts OT. One of my favorite Denver Broncos, DT, class act on and off the field. Charlie's the one who texted me on Thursday night. Refused to believe it until more info, more of an official statement came out. And once I got the word that it was real, I lost it. What a great Bronco. He will definitely be missed. I have the superstition of buying Bronco jerseys because I'm afraid the players will get traded or released. I think a Demaryius Thomas jersey will find its way in my closet soon. And in the words of the late, great Pat Bowlen, this one's for Demaryius. May he rest in peace.
Travis, thoughts on Demaryius Thomas?
It's a very sad thing, man. I mean, you look around social media, a lot of the posts from former teammates and players, you got a consistent thing about him. He's a great player, but an even better person, man. And that's the type of things you want to hear about people, man. It's sad to see. I mean, the guy's birthday was on Christmas. He's about to turn 34. I mean, my heart goes out to his family and all his loved ones and friends and family, man. It's just a sad, sad thing, man.
Paul?
What it does, man, is it makes you cherish life, right? 33-year-old man,
definitely.
a super athlete, right?
Absolutely.
You talk about Demaryius Thomas coming out of Georgia Tech. I believe the comparisons to Megatron, even though he didn't have that size, but physically he was gifted. And
Yes.
from a playing thing, one thing I can remember, as you know, I'm probably the biggest Peyton Manning fan in the world, is guys like DT is what helped extend the careers of the Mannings and also make it successful. He was the guy that changed the NFL in a way where you could throw him that quick screen. DT took that to the house. I can't count how many times I've seen Demaryius Thomas catch a quick screen in the National Football League and turn it into a 20, 30, 40-yard, 50-yard gain because physically he was that explosive.
Yep.
He was like a running back, right? And you just don't see that. To this day, you still don't see that. So obviously, more info will come out. There was talks of seizures and all those other things that could potentially have caused this, but it's sad. I'm 33. He was 33. And it makes you put life into perspective. So fellas, ladies, all of our fans watching, this is why you got to take advantage of seeing doctors, doing physicals. I know we think we're all good until something's wrong, but let's not wait that long, right? Because we don't know what's really going on. So take advantage of your medical resources, take advantage of all of those things because some things are fixable. Not everything is, but I'd rather know about it than not know about it. So shout out to the Demaryius Thomas. Rest in peace, obviously, and to his family, his loved ones, his friends. Great man.
Love on your people.
Well said.
On your people, man.
Pray for Eric Decker because I know those two were like brothers. And Eric Decker was the other receiver on that Super Bowl team, played with DT. I can only imagine what goes through the mind of him. Somebody he probably texts on a regular basis and sees on a regular basis suddenly is gone, right? So cherish these moments.
And I couldn't agree more with the panel. Condolences to his family, and Paul hit it on the note. Enjoy life every day, and just enjoy life. And because you never know when that moment strikes, when your calling card strikes. It was his calling card, and I know he's in a better place. And if he wasn't paying, he's out of that. So condolences to his family on behalf of the Sports Hit List family. Please make sure you tune in to the rest of our content for the rest of the week. Tomorrow you have that other show, which I'm not going to name, but it comes on at 7:00. Tune in because they need the ratings. They need some rating support. They need some rating support. Just help them out. They're just like some loose change. But the real show, there's a new show coming. It's brewing. It's called On the Court with the NBA team on Wednesdays at 4:00. Please make sure you tune into that. And
rate us on ratemyprofessor.com. Rate us,
They can't do that. Absolutely. For sure. Absolutely. Please make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe to all Sports Hit List content. We got a big future coming for 2022. We got a lot of stuff coming. We got some brand new shows in the works that are cooking up. Mr. Travis, we're in development for something new over here. I'm not going to spoil it, but something I'm dropping hints. I know. Little tease. Travis and I have been doing some producing. We're doing some producing backstage, but we definitely got a lot of content coming your way for the Sports Hit List Street. So again, like, share, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. You guys enjoy your Sunday football and the standings. And the pick'em standings, we got Rays in the lead, 127. Rick has 124. Declan has 123. Manny has 119. Paul has 118. Peter has 118. Greg has 117. Chuck has 116. $100 of Professor Carl Coulonge on the line, who has the most pick'em predictions by the end of the season. We'll see who wins it. You guys enjoy the show. And
Chiefs defense took a fumble back for a TD.
There it is. You guys enjoy NFL Sunday. We see you guys tomorrow for that other show we don't talk about. Take care.
Damn, he cold, bro.
Wow, cold.
Listen, it's cold in the streets because
I got
you know what? I got
Shout
a couple
out to
minutes.
Smoke and Mirrors.
No,
right.
We're not gonna do that. Hold on. I was gonna end the show, but I had to say a little something. People in the hit list streets walk around and puff their chest like all of a sudden now they're multiverse in sports. It's all cute and dandy. Come on Wednesday, we'll see what happens because they want to sit here and talk about Smoke and Mirrors. This is Smoke and Mirrors that. All right, they can't even get a consistent show lineup. So what are we talking about here? What are we talking here? We got to call in Paul for reinforcements every other episode. So you want to sit here and talk about shows? My shows are consistent. I'm dropping knowledge.
Man.
My shows are consistent.
Paul, we argue, but we don't got these issues.
Listen, my shows are consistent. I'm just putting it out there, okay? Because some people want to walk around and parade that they're very versatile. Get your show's act together.
And the only thing I'm going to say,
let's get your shit together because our shit's
only
together.
Thing I'm gonna add,
NFL's together, NBA's together, pro wrestling is together. You see the same faces. Smoke and Mirrors is more like smoking.
Shout out to the B Show also.
Shout out to the B Show.
Cooking.
They together, all right? Because other shows are not together. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want to put out there.
Carl, I just want to say because I wouldn't be P if I didn't drop the hammer on Trav to walk off. You know who else only has 2 wins against winning football teams this year, Travis? The Dallas Cowboys. Stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with me, bro. I had that in the chamber. Stop playing around.
What's their record, though?
Some people need to gain some consistency. All right, smoking broken mirrors.
Like the Vikings, like the Vikings and Kirk Cousins.
Child, please, don't disrespect shows like that. You need to get your show. You need to get your act together. That's what we need to get. Talk about my show. You guys need to get your shit to talk about One Trick Pony.
All right, Carl. We 10 minutes into the games now. Okay,
You're right. I'm sorry. You guys enjoy it. Take care.